Okay, welcome back to the Off ADHD podcast. This is episode 9. I'm going to talk about the past 3 or 4 weeks of my life that have been essentially off YouTube, off the podcast, because I've had a lot going on. I've gone to a total of 4 days of school in the past 2 weeks. So I've missed 6 out of 10 days of school. I have not had a full week of school. I started at the end of August. That was a 4-day week. The following week, I missed 3 periods of Wednesday because I had a dentist appointment. And then from there, I think I was sick, and I missed 3 days out of 5 days, so I was only there for Thursday and Friday. And then that takes us to this week. This week, I went for 1 day. Well, not even 1 day. A half a day. I go in, and I go through 5 periods. I get to my 5th period, which is right before lunch. I'm getting ready to go to lunch. Then my principal takes me out, and I'm running through my head in all the scenarios there could be of me getting in trouble and why my principal is talking to me. And the first thing he says when he sits me down in his office is that I am not in trouble and that I was a close contact with someone that got COVID. One of the boys got COVID, and my sister has it. The boy's entire family got it. That got it. And then another one of the boys' moms got it. So I know one family that has it. One of the boys' families has it. One of the boys' moms has it. Then I know another family that has it. My sister has it. Her husband possibly has it. And who else do I know? I know a kid that goes to my old school that has COVID. So I have been around 4 people in the past 6 days that have had COVID. I was around 4 people within the span of 72 hours that have it, which is crazy. If I do not have it, I believe I'm going to go get tested tomorrow and then possibly make a vlog, but I can't have those dates exposed because of confidential reasons. I've had a wild 3 weeks, starting out with the weekend before I got 3 days off of school because I was sick. I went to a volleyball game on Thursday, and I got completely painted. I'll put that photo here. And I wasn't expecting to get painted, and then I went in shirtless because they told me they were going to... Okay, it's tradition at our school that the volleyball girls, paint themselves. So the guys have a tradition to do what's called super fanning. And me and a group of the people that are on the football team all decided to super fan. And the girls were painting us, and they wanted to paint my face. They said they were going to slap me. So I didn't want to get paint on my shirt because it was white. So I take my shirt off, and then all of them started painting me. And then I went into the gym shirtless, and then I got dress coded. So then they told me to make it, the vice principal told me to make a crop top. So I made a crop top that ended up looking like this. Yeah, he just told me I had to have my nipples covered, and half the time my nipples were not covered. So, yeah. I still have the shirt. I don't feel like putting it on for this podcast, though. If you guys are listening to this podcast and you want to see what it looks like, go to the main channel, matthew.krol, and look at the thumbnail of the video called I vlogged my first week of high school and here's what happened, or something like that. I think that's the title. And if you guys are not already subscribed to the Off ADHD podcast channel and the Matthew JK13 YouTube channel, I think I'll subscribe to those. If you guys have not added me to your... There's a bee that just flew into my room. If you guys have not added me to your Apple Music Apple Podcast library, add me. If you guys have not subscribed on Spotify, if you're listening on Spotify, don't forget to add me to your Spotify. All right. That means y'all will get notified for every single one of the podcasts that drops. And yeah, you'll want to, because I have a feeling I'm going to completely evolve with this podcast. I've grown a lot already just through 9 episodes, and I've been running this for 9 months? Around 9 months, yeah. So around a podcast a month, I'm going to try to make it to 2 podcasts a month at least. So at least one every other week. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the past 3 weeks of my life. I went to the volleyball game on Thursday, then Friday, and Saturday. So I went to 3 in a row. I got painted at 2 out of the 3. So I went Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I was completely gone on Saturday. And the one on Friday... No, it goes Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I all went to games. So Wednesday... I go in and I got told that I was going to get painted because it's tradition for the guys to super fan, and they told me they were going to slap me and like paint my face. So then I took my shirt off and they painted my body, and then I went again on Thursday intending to get painted. Friday I went to another game that almost no one else went to because everyone else was at a football game. Then everyone was back on Saturday, and we had a tournament that our school ended up placing first in. And Saturday, I was with a lot of people that had like a cold, and I was feeling the cold too. I'll put clips in from this weekend.
Serve it up, Valerie! Serve it up!
Carson, stop. There we go.
Go, go, go!
Bobby's a fucking vagina.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, a lot of those clips were Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday were two of the most crazy days because they were home games. The other two were at another school. So we properly fucked home base because there was so much Monster and so much tea all over the bleachers, and everyone's paint started flaking off because of the type of the paint that we had. So it was just like paint flakes stuck to the bleachers with Monster, and everyone's shoes were so sticky that you could hear them like stick to the floor whenever we walked, and it was bad. It was really, really bad, and our principal was proud that we did it because it was out of school spirit. Yeah. So then I stayed the night at Enrique's house, and I started to feel terrible on Sunday. I had a terrible cough, a terrible stuffy nose. I didn't feel like I had a throat. So then I wake up on Monday at my house, and it feels so much worse. So then I missed 3 days of school because they told me I had to get a COVID test and a doctor's note to come back. I come back, and, well, no, they lost my COVID test. I don't know how they do that, but they lost it, and then they found it, came back negative. Then they gave me nasal spray because they told me I just had a cold and then I could return to school. So I get the note to come back. I come back for Thursday and Friday, and I just hang out for those 2 days, and I get partially caught up. Then we have a 3-day weekend, which is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I didn't really do anything Saturday. Sunday, I hung out with the boys. We went and played football. I went to a movie. I have a funny story from the movies that I'll get into after I'm done with this part of the story. Then Monday hits. We all hang out on Monday again. We went and played football and then went to the store. And at this point, we are at Enrique's, and we were all hanging out. Enrique's grandma went to the hospital, and yeah, this leads us back to where I started the podcast off at, of getting taken to the principal's office on Tuesday, and I got told I was a close contact. So one of the boys' families got it. If you can guess by that story, then you can guess. I don't want to put them on blast and say their name. But I'll get into 2 stories from this time. We went and watched Candyman, and we were sitting there watching it. Daniel sits down for 45 seconds, a minute. Doesn't even get through the intro, and he goes, "Oh, fuck no, this is scary." He walks out of like the theater that we were in and goes into a separate theater, go watches Paw Patrol, which was a shorter movie than the movie that we were watching. So he comes back into the theater. I'm not kidding. Imagine my door is the entrance. Daniel walks in like this. Like he's not looking at the screen. And then when he sits down like this. facing the opposite direction from the what's it called? The projector. And I only got him to look at the screen once because one of the actors kind of looks like Polo G's mom. And I said, "Hey, Daniel, look, it's Polo G's mom," and that exact voice. And he looked. But as he looked, this scene cut, and it went to Candyman turning into a beehive. If you guys haven't watched that movie, it wasn't that good. But if you want to watch it, then watch it. Don't base your opinions on movies off of Rotten Tomatoes reviews. Yeah. So from then, I have been home. I've been home for a total of like 50 hours. I have not left this house in like 51 hours. And I barely left my room in that time because if I do have it, then I'm scared of giving it to my family. Even though I feel completely fine, I'm going to go get tested tomorrow, as I said. And now I'm going to get into the things that I've been writing down because essentially the only way I've been documenting the way that I'm thinking and feeling, besides like the video I am making, I've just been writing everything down. And I started learning what the 4 C's are. I watched a video on it. I'll link the video in the corner if you guys truly want to kind of evolve your life and do a lot of self-exploration. I suggest you go watch his videos and start journaling. I wrote this: all knowledge is self-knowledge. You'll never see the world. You never really see the world. You only see your reaction to it. So if you look at this, the world is throwing things at you, and the only way you are interacting with it is through reactions. Like, say one of your family members dies. You can take that reaction as like this can sound really weird, but a positive, and keep moving forward and keep doing what they would want you to do. Or you could get all down in the dumps about it. You're only interacting with the world through a reaction. Your perception of the world is all through reactions. So you get dumped. You can use that as a level up to completely work on yourself and rationalize all the things that you're doing with yourself and do a lot of self-exploration without someone next to you the entire time. Or you can get all down in the dumps about it and say, like, oh, I need them, and I'll be all sad about it. Everything is just a reaction. It's like thinking that if you eat healthy, you will feel better, but you don't actually eat healthy. So it's all just like it's all a guess in your head. This is exactly what I wrote. Quote unquote, knowing without doing isn't knowing. If you don't eat healthy, but you think eating healthy is good for you, how in the world would you know? It's just a guess. When you really think about it, your entire life is a reaction. Your body's reaction to food, medicine, water, your mind and heart's reaction to social things, relationships, families, new pets, new people, new and different situations. Your entire life is a reaction. I don't know how to react to my situation at the moment, but I know I'm not mad. What is the point of getting mad? Your commitment is the reality that you are living. You are only committing to your own expectations and your own reactions. So if you want to completely level yourself up, you have to set the expectations for yourself to be at a higher position. If you want to be at a higher position, you have to virtually put yourself there in your head and then think of what your expectations to yourself would be and then apply those to your current actual life. Your brain tries to predict the future by your past memories. If you are actually living this way, then you're just living off of experience and you'll get stuck in like the Matrix. You'll get stuck in one place. When you stop predicting, you start learning. Or when your prediction goes wrong, that's when you start learning. This is a very, very easy way to get yourself out of your comfort zone. To achieve your goals, you have to be the goal first. And this gets into the 4 C's. Step 1 is being, thinking and emotion. Step 2 is courage, not giving up. Step 3 is compatibility, what you learned to get to the goal. And step 4 is confidence, the springboard to all results. And then once you get there, you deconstruct it and reverse engineer to apply it to another thing in your life. So what I'm seeing as the 4 C's right now is my goals that I have right now of trying to retire around the age of 40, 35, 40, around there. I want to retire early. And I want to work through a lot of my young years and then have a lot more time to just be me. A lot of people have that flipped. Like, a lot of people will work till they're, 70, 80, and then they have the rest of their life to live. And you can't do as much when you're older. So I want to work really, really hard while I'm younger for a shorter amount of time, so I have a longer amount of time to completely enjoy life. And if I can do that from the ages of 14, 15, all the way till I'm 35 or 40, and I invest a lot and I play my cards correctly, I can hopefully just be set up to be the best dad, husband, brother, and son I can be to the people around me. That's really just my goal, is to be able to supply for the people around me and keep myself happy. I don't know how I'm going to do that besides investing and figuring out different ways to make money. A goal for myself is that I never want to work a 9 to 5. So I put myself, every time I go to the store, I think, or a restaurant, I think, oh my God, I don't think I could ever work here. This is just so boring to me. I don't enjoy this environment as a workplace. I wouldn't enjoy it. So I'm putting myself in the position of I can't do that. So before I even knew the 4 C's, I was thinking about it. I was putting myself in the position to never work a 9 to 5. Never letting myself get there mentally. I've never wanted to fill out an application. I just want to work for myself, create my own business, be an entrepreneur, hire other people, and make money. And that's all I want to do. Whenever I'm in school, that's all I'm thinking about, is how I can get to the next step to fully launch this business. I've been working on something behind the scenes for almost this entire year that you guys will see soon. Also, if you guys give me to 400 subscribers, we may or may not have a merch drop. You didn't hear that from me, though. You did not hear that from me. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, you guys are really missing out. You'll miss out on a lot of posts and a lot of things in my personal life. So if you guys want to see it, it'll be right here again. I know I put it in the intro. But yeah, so really what I want to learn is to be completely content. I feel like sometimes I work too much. So I want to teach myself how to be content with nothing. That's really what I want to focus on for the next few months. Because in the moments where I'm just resting and letting my mind ease, I'm thinking about all the potential that I am missing, and I don't necessarily know if that's healthy. I guess it's kind of like a grind mindset, but I know I'm not reaching my full potential, even when I am actively working, because I don't know how to get to that potential. I'm trying to figure that out. So I know I can work on multiple things at once, and I'm actively working on a lot of things, but I feel like I'm not putting enough in when I'm resting. But I know the value of when your mind is off is just as important as when your mind is on. That's how you don't burn out. But I can't let myself not work. Like, if I have a day I don't work on a video or journal, or I wake up and immediately go on my phone, I just kind of beat myself up about it because I didn't reach the full potential that I know that I have. And in a lot of these moments of where I'm just sitting here, not really having many things to do that's productive, or at least not being able to find things mentally that I find productive, I am not content because I'm not working. I don't know if this is the mindset I should have at 14. I know I overthink a lot, but I think this is the peak of my overthinking. I could be completely wrong, though. I want to figure out a way to be completely content of just sitting here and breathing and existing, because I feel like looking at it in retrospect, that is a productive thing to do. That is a way of working. Shutting your brain off and just learning how to accept things that are happening in your life. I find myself overthinking a lot, and then I just kind of sit there and think about it. I'll detach myself from whatever work I'm doing or whatever activity that I'm doing, and I'll just sit there and I'll think about it. And that's usually where I come to terms with things. So in a way it's productive, but in those moments it doesn't feel productive. So I'm just learning how to be content with it. You guys hear that fly? I'm just learning how to control my thoughts more. And I'm kind of doing that through just kind of being alone, being with myself, just literally only having my mind. Almost every day when I wake up, I'll wake up and just sit there and think. And I try not to immediately go on my phone because I'm trying to be on my phone less. I feel like my phone is kind of a distraction. And I hate fighting distractions. I usually embrace them, but I feel like it's too big of a distraction from where I need to be. I have the whole rest of my life to sit on a phone. Or why do I have to do it now? I definitely feel like there is a fine line in learning through a phone and just sitting there and mindlessly scrolling. I don't find myself mindlessly scrolling very much, but I feel like I am. Even when I'm genuinely learning something, I feel like I am not doing enough. If I'm sitting there on my phone and I'm watching a video on how to explore your mind in a different way, I don't find myself content with just sitting there on my phone, even though I'm learning a different way to explore my mind and essentially try to help myself. I don't know. I have a weird mindset of not doing enough, but doing too much at the same time. It's a very, very conflicting way to think. I'm trying to fully come to terms with everything. I feel like there's not enough hours in a day. I don't know how to fully explain that. Why can't the day be 48 hours and there's 2 times of dark? I find myself working better in dark, but not at night. A lot of people will work from 9 to 5 and then from 6 to 9 or 11 or 12, they will just not do anything. So I try to optimize those hours the most. I'll go film all day, then edit all night on a normal schedule. And when I'm not normally on that schedule, I feel so weird. I feel like I'm not doing enough. So a normal filming day is essentially 16 hours from when I wake up and go to bed. Probably 6 of those hours are dumping footage into the computer and editing. The other 10 are filming. I'll just go out, hang out with my friends. I'll film a whole bunch of clips. Probably end up with 3-4 hours of footage by the end of the night. When I'm not on that schedule, I feel so weird. And I was doing that twice a week. So, essentially, just with those two days, I was 16 times 2 is 32. I was putting in 32 hours of work on something that I'm not making money on, plus my normal job that I work, manage a fourplex. I really, really want to get into real estate. That's one of the ways I want to make money. That's one of the ways I want to have a cash. That's one of the ways I want to have an income of cash, is through real estate. I am fascinated by real estate. I know for my life to be the way I want it to be, I need to have 2 or 3 income streams. I can't just have one, and I need to invest some of that money and compound it and do different things with it to fully get to the potential that I need to get to. I'm kind of worried about just having money sitting in a bank account because it's just sitting there and I have to deal with inflation in that account. It's not like an investment account where I can just have it sit there and have it make money for me while I'm sleeping. But I don't know how to necessarily come to terms with that because I'm 14 and my parents will let me get an investment account, but I just haven't done it yet because I'm kind of scared of just taking a lump sum of money. I want to learn more about it, but I need to find time to learn about it. And while I'm just sitting here kind of wasting time, that money is just sitting there. And if I spent more time learning about it, I could have it make more for me. And at the end of the day, money is just money, and money does not equal happiness. A lot of people say more money, more problems. But when you think about it, you need money to just not just completely struggle. Or at least that's like at least that's what I see. Maybe my perception is completely off. That's, for all I know, my perception could be completely off. Like, how can you support a family and live a dream life and do all this if you don't necessarily have money? Even if you're just investing that money back in. Investing the money in yourself, investing your money in your family, whatever it is. You have to have a base sum of money. And on that note, I'm going to close out the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. If you've listened all the way through, I really appreciate it. There's been a lot of things going on, and I just kind of want to talk about it. Expect another podcast next week. Hopefully. We'll see how this goes. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.